Yes, dearest Queen.
Okay.
In it today.
Right. Can I start, please?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. We just will believe that we all have different religions and faiths. I just permit me to pray in my own faith in this afternoon. And I'm a Christian, so permit me to, I know we all have different faiths, but we are serving a wonderful God. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We give all the glory, honor, and praise for this wonderful day that you have made. We rejoice and be glad in it. We also want to thank you for this occasion of this great event of Chilparco International Conference. We want to worship you because you are in our midst. We welcome you and we say thank you because we believe that everything we say in this place, we will have a better understanding and we will grow together, stand together, and make a change in this world. I want to thank you for the founder of Chilparco International, Ambassador Dr. Aika Mahaja, and all the team and family of this organization. We want to thank you for this opportunity. And we say, Lord, give us the strength and speak through us. Give us a better understanding. And all this I pray. We want to remember all the countries that are in problem at this time, all the wars and violence that is going on. Father, we ask for your peace. Father, we ask for your intervention. Father, we ask you, oh God, to cease all this trouble and let there be peace and love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Dearest Queen, aren't you going to welcome all of us?
Okay. I want to
You're our inspirational leader and chief advisor.
I'm on training here, so bear with me.
First you, and then I'll do it. But I want you to begin today. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes, ma. I'm on training. So first of all, I want to welcome our wonderful founder of Chilparco International, Dr. Aika Mahaja, the founder and CEO of this great organization. She is, let me just quickly say something about her, then I will welcome all of us. Bear with me, I'm still on training. So, moderator, sir, let me try my best. Yeah, well, you are all welcome. Just let's flow together. I'm not perfect, I'm learning. So, our great excellency, ambassador, she is an academician, English expert, leadership in education, taught students of education at the university level. She is a psychotherapist, leadership, communication, and parenting coach. She writes columns for National Diaries and Times of India and the Hindustan Times, and also for lifestyle magazines, Mary Clay, Gloria, Atelier, Wedding Vows, and Ishi, as well as digital magazines. So you can see that she's a great writer. Well, obviously, if somebody is an English teacher and an expert, what do you expect? She is also a radio TV presenter and talk show host, Radio City, Radio Michi, and Radio One, and NDTV. Great. She's an international tarot reader with clients across the globe, international speaker, host, and a great global moderator. She's also chaired 300 plus online events. I can testify that and witness that. Recipients of national and international honors in education, leadership, communication, humanitarianism as a psychotherapist. And she, hold on, I haven't finished. I'm still there. She's also, the last bit. She is the master of ceremonies, global speakers, and host. She is also our own global chair communication for Yes You Can International. So that is why I'm grateful, I'm honored to introduce to us Our Excellency, Ambassador Dr. Aika Mahaja. But before I hand over to her, let me seize this opportunity to welcome all our great leaders in this place, because we are all leaders. And the reason why we are together, because we want to make a change. And of course, yes, we can make that change. And we can make the nation a better place for everyone to live, including the next generation. Coming here together is we are making a legacy. And that is why I want to honor you all. I want to welcome you to this place. Relax, like they always say on the plane, tighten your seat belts. And happy Easter, because we shouldn't forget that. And we say to God to renew the strength of our Muslim brothers and sisters, because they are still having their fasting and prayer. So you're all welcome. I hand over to Dr. Aika, and I want to say welcome, sir, Dr. Von Eric Tando, DTM, our great moderator from Canada. You're all welcome as well. Thank you.
Well, wow, whistles. I mean, this is the first time I've had someone talk about me like this. So thank you so much, my dearest honorable queen. I mean, it was a little overwhelming, so I really don't know what to say. Honestly, when these kind of moments happen, you're at a loss for words. Sometimes somebody makes you feel so emotional and you're so touched that words don't come out. But yes, the expression, the feelings, if you can, feel them even through this virtual platform, and I'm sure you can, they mean the world to me.
Have you forgotten something, that we are, myself and my dear
Aquarian buddies,
Aquarian, and we are also an inspirational leader. So if you're an inspirational leader, it's part of us to welcome and also to steer people's gift in them up and let them know how great they are and the greatness is in them. So that's our job.
Yes, Les Brown, the greatness is within you. Power-packed line, but it really means a lot to everyone, because each and everyone, we believe at Chilparco International that, each and everyone is unique, unstoppable, unbeatable, ubiquitous. And, we all, Chilparco International again says, from the child in me to the parent in you, and from the parent in me to the child in you. Why? Because life is an unending journey of learning. Learning never stops. We're learning every day, every moment, every second. That's how we keep on growing, evolving, leaping, shining, and sparkling, making a mark, making an impression, winning hearts, wowing people, impressing the crowds. But very important, and the most important thing, we should know about that uniqueness that lies within us, as our dearest queen very nicely said. So once again to everyone, hola, konnichiwa, bonjour, sanu, aloha, mabuhay, zadravo, zadrasi, marhaba, salam, and namaste. Welcome, ahlan wa sahlan. Swagat hai aap sabka to the 10th Wireless Connect. Now, we've had season 1, and this is the last episode of the Wireless Connect for this season. The next season will come back in a revamped way. We're going to be taking all of you by a surprise. So the next time when we have the Wireless Connect, it's going to be packaged differently. So I'm sure you'll all wait for that. Maybe we don't have any Wireless Connect in the month of May and June, but July, we will come back with the Wireless Connect with a big bang. But in the meantime, all the other shows will go on, and I will talk about them. But as our dearest queen said the prayers, and today is Easter, happy Easter. The Ramadan season is going on. We have a lot of festivals all over the world, our brothers and sisters. At the same time, there are our brothers and sisters who are also, in pain. So I would like to take all of you through this little journey of positive visualization. So may I request Ambassador Dheera, our director from Delhi, to just share the meditation music, please. And let's just do a powerful, one.
Sure, ma'am. Just a moment.
Visualization. And while you're praying that, I will talk about, okay, it's already happened. So
no, you could say, then I'll start. Please say what you were saying.
So what I'll do is I'll just talk about our shows. So as I've just stated, we've had Wireless Connect 1 tonight show, which is basically the success dynamics of the educators and lifelong learners. So we've had about 25 of those. The Wit and Grit show, this is a show that has had over, the season 1 has had over 160 episodes, and we have already begun with season 2. And even in season 2, we've already had 10 episodes. Of course, we have our Club Rejuvenata and Lounge the Rhythm. We've had 15 episodes of each. Let's Chat Over Coffee. We've had about 50 episodes. Talent Rendezvous. We've had about 15 of them. Express to De-Stress is our mental wellness club. And we have our e-magazine, which is, we've had about 7 editions, and we're going to be having the 8th one soon. I would request all of you to send a 500-word article for that. We're still waiting, and because we're going to be wrapping up soon. So the theme is lifelong learning and you, and just a 500-word article. And while I'm talking about it, in a little while, Dheera will write our email IDs. You could send it to both Dheera as well as me, the articles. And we also have our newsletter going on. With newsletter, we've had about 14 editions of our newsletter, and we call it Buzz, Chilparco International Newsletter, Buzz. So there are lots of things happening. We never stay still. We're always on the move, on the go. And in order to always stay on the go and active and positive, let's just do, and this is for all of us, just to make the world a better place. And this is praying not only for ourselves, but for all our brothers and sisters in this world, in all parts of the world who are happy, and also the ones who are not so happy. This is for all of us. So Dheera, can we have the music now, please? Everyone, please open your eyes. Thank you so much. Well, I hope all of you are feeling good, relaxed, rejuvenated. And now, my ladies and gentlemen, able excellencies, erudite, friends from all across the globe, it's time to introduce Aking Kaibigan. That's how I call him. my wonderful friend from the Philippines. Of course, he's staying in Canada. The very charming, the very suave, the very debonair, Mr. Von Eric Trandok, who is going to be our charming moderator for the evening. So it's over to him, our Toastmaster, our best-selling author. And yes, he believes in one thing. I'm giving you the acronym KISS. Keep it simple and short. That's what he believes in. He's a Toastmaster. So it's over to you, Mr. Vaughan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alka. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be your moderator again in the last episode of our first season. It's an honor indeed. Before that, I would like to mention again my name. My name is Moneri Kandok from the Philippines, but now a citizen of Canada, and I love this country, although I'm still longing for the place where I came from. We should always look back and be grateful. Be grateful to from where we are. All right. So connecting the world through humanitarian. Okay. So I would like to mention first the mission of Chilparco International. It's spreading smiles. So be smile, everyone. Wear that smile. That will be our dress code for today. The smile. And it's strengthening global bonds through a focus on 21st century skills, empowerment, enrichment, and expression. That's a letter E. And connections, communication, creativity, and collaborations. That's 4C. All right. A vision of Chilparco. We believe that power of positive communication, I'm very passionate of it, creative and academic projects, wellness, giving wings to spontaneity and encouraging the uniqueness and self-worth of a person will make the world a beautiful place to be in. All right, so that's the mission and vision and our theme for tonight, understanding sustainable skills. What is meant by sustainable skills? For me, I always believe sustainability skills and competences are not only needed by professionals, it also needed in other key business roles, ensuring the effective delivery of the organization's sustainability. That's why we're here. We are all here. And the most important people here today are our expert speakers. But before that, I would like to call again Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth for inspirational thought. Doctor, are you still there?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Vaughan. Okay. All right. Please go ahead. Yes. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yes. So based on my agenda, our inspirational leader, Queen Nadia Harihiri. Is she here? Dr. Dira, please help
hi,
me.
can you hear me?
There you go.
I'm sorry, I don't know what is going on with my cam today. Wow, I don't know what is going on. And yes, Eric, I was dressed in a beautiful dress of joy and happiness, like you said. Okay, hi everyone. Hope you are doing fine. Great. I am very happy to see all my family here of Chilparco International, to see my wonderful sister, Dr. Alka. I see my queen sister, Elizabeth, Dr. Namita. What a journey with her. She's just amazing. Professor Mehrin, Dira, and all the people that are here. And of course, you, Eric. I hope you won't give me a problem again with giving me just, paying these dollars if I go 2 or 3 minutes more. Okay. It was it was a very great beginning with our prayers from our Queen Elizabeth, and I want to say Amen and Amin Ya Rabbil Alameen. And this music just made me relaxed. And so after this relaxation, what do you want to say? You are just so relaxed that you cannot speak really. But today we have a wonderful topic, and it is understanding sustainable skills. I believe that all our lives we are learning skills. Life is a journey of skills. You learn and you develop these skills as a child. You learn how to become a child. You learn how to become a teenage, how to become a young man. You learn how to become an entrepreneur, your first job, and you learn how to become a dad, because all this is a teaching of life. And there's no bigger teacher in this world than life. Life is giving us the true skills and the true sustainable skills. Because when you become a father, you know what is a father. You know, when you are learning something like how to drive a car, it's a skill. It will, even if you stop from driving, you during 10 years, you come back and drive this car again, you will know how to drive, because you have learned a sustainable skill. Sustainable skill is coming from the absolute knowledge, and the absolute knowledge is given to you by the experience. Nothing than experience can give you sustainable skill. You can go to school, be graduated, and all that. Only experience is giving you the absolute knowledge, because all the rest will remain a relative knowledge. Yes, you know the theory, but you don't know the practice. And this lack of practice cannot be a skill.
So, yeah. Sorry.
So you see, education is very important. Yes, we need to learn. But I believe that the education of life better than the school that you are going to. The education will guide you, but the experience will make you. This is different. You will be made only by your own experiences. So enjoy life all the time and learn, because life will always teach you again and again and again. Even through your trials, even through your challenges, they are skills in your life. Because even the trials will teach you and give you the skills that, yes, you are living hard moments, but at least you know what means hard moments. And this is why what I personally call the sustainable skills. They can be bad or good. They remain experience in your life. And this experience is your most powerful skill that you have, and will go till your death. You are losing nothing in this life. You are absolutely losing nothing in this life. So welcome life. Live, be, make the right choice of your life. You are creator of your own destiny. You are a big architect. You are a universe at yourself, by yourself. See, you are the head. You are the government of your spirit, is the government of billions and billions entities that you are governing, because your cells are also entities with full intelligence and unconditional love, and you are the head. So all what you are learning remain experience, And the experience is also energy. So find the best energy to feed the community within you. Guide yourself, guide the community within you. So this is, I don't know what to add more, just to be yourself, enjoy life. And no matter what is happening in your life, it's just experience. Yes, go, learn and learn. But I remain saying that only life, experience of life, no matter good, bad, challenges or not, they are the only sustainable skills in your life. Be what you are. Reveal the best talent within you and enjoy yourself. Just trust yourself. Trust yourself. And no matter what people are saying about you, should not affect you, because you are a universe at yourself, by yourself. Just be you. And my sister, Queen Elizabeth, is always saying, yes, you can. Today I will tell you, yes, you can, because you are. Build your freedom. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful inspirational words from Queen Nadia. Queen Nadia, we may not see you, but we hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much for those inspirational words.
Thank you
And
for
that is our
inviting me.
inspirational leader.
And Sister Alka, I love you very much. You know,
I
am
love you too. And even though we cannot see you, we can feel you here. So, I can feel you. Even when you were speaking, I could actually picture your expressions. I could actually picture your demeanor, that positivity that you're oozing, all that I could experience. And the fact that you mentioned and you ended with those powerful lines that, the power is within you. I think this is what makes all the difference. And this talks about each and every one of us being a masterpiece in our own way, because we're all original, we're all unique, and we all have that very exceptional quality, with which we rock the world. So let's always remember that. And thank you, dearest Queen.
Thank you, sister. And
You say
Queen
it in
Elizabeth.
such a loving, I don't know, such a loving way. It's as if you have an ocean. This is your word, tsunami of love. And I just love this word. I just love this phrase.
Yes, together we are a tsunami of love. I want also to say to my Queen sister Elizabeth, I love your style. You are shining. I love you.
Hey.
Yeah, I love your style today. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, moving on. Thank you very much again, Queen Nadia. Yes, I second what Dr. Alka said. We may not see you, but we feel you. Thank you very much. That's from our inspirational leader and chief advisor of Chilparco International. Thank you very much, Queen Nadia. Moving on, but before that, I'm going to call our next speaker. But before that, again, reminder to everyone, wear the dress code today. Your smile, okay? And check if your seatbelt's fasten your seatbelt. I'm going to check mine. Okay, so check your seatbelt. Next one. Our guest of honor address. Professor and Dr. Namita Rajput. I hope I pronounced your last name very well. He's a practitioner from POSH, empaneled in Ministry of Women and Child Development. The virtual stage is yours. Dr. Namita Rajput, take it away.
So my greetings, namaste, and my salutations to everyone present here on this esteemed dais of Alka Mahajan. So I would like to thank Alka for calling me here as a guest of honor in the presence of such esteemed, loving, and blessed souls. So my greetings once again. So the topic, which the Alka has, given to this particular event is a beautiful one. And I'm really overwhelmed with the address of Queen Elizabeth and Queen Nadia, and giving their heartfelt thoughts and views in relation to what sustainable lifestyles should be. So talking about addressing unconsciousness, biasness, preventing and responding to burnouts, then of course, inappropriate workplace relationship, setting healthy boundaries, discovering your personality types, finding motivation, managing high stakes, creating performance benchmarking, positive social media benefits, and there are so many other life skills what we talk about. So on this particular occasion, I will be just taking few seconds and few minutes to talk about the social media habits as a healthy lifestyle. When you talk about a social media, as social media becomes more and more ubiquitous, the more difficult it has become to manage our content consumption and the screen time. And there are few empirical evidences to this regard. Especially there was a study which was conducted by Pew Research Center survey. 1 in 4 Americans stay online almost constantly. So just see the statistics, how bad it is on their health. And through the social media, it is definitely an incredible source, but it can actually, quickly take a toll on your health and overall well-being. So if used in a very reckless abandon, so resist the urge to stay plugged in round the clock, and you should always follow some healthy social benefit media. And this is very, very important. Like, for example, you can, set your clear usage limits. And as with the most things, moderation is the key when it comes to a healthy social media usage. You can create a social media routine by spending only a fixed amount of time online for your personal use. And probably it can be in the morning, during your commute, or before your dinner time, whichever is very, very convenient to you. But definitely you should avoid checking your phones before the bedtime, because at all costs, it can adversely impact your sleep patterns. And that is why the issues of insomnia and issue of sleepless nights are increasing, and they are cloaking at a very high rate. Probably you can also use a social media apps purposefully. So do you often come online to check something and somehow find yourself staring at a random video of, say, a badass poodles doing salsa 10 minutes later? Well, you are not alone. However, if you are left unchecked, its seemingly harmless habit of mindless browsing can lead to some anxiety, some depression, and even a social media addiction, what we talk about these days. So we need to be very, very cautious about it. Don't be a jerk. Resist the urge to check your phones every 10 seconds and when you are with your friends or family. Sure, answering to an urgent text or a call, it's very, very important. But we need to actually, grip our timings in terms of, creating a lifestyle in which when we are with the family, we should, wholeheartedly with the family, not checking your phones every 10 seconds. And probably, since I've already reiterated that it is going to take a lot of impact on your health. So definitely pause before you hit a post. Instead of instantly, posting or snapping or tweeting everything that comes to your mind, stop and reflect for a few seconds, for a few minutes, and you're going to share on a social media. Refrain from sharing your unverified news, private information, offensive or inappropriate remarks, and you should turn on your social media feed into a very positive space by weeding out the toxic people, from your profile, sharing a thoughtful and a very encouraging post, and engaging yourself into a meaningful conversations like your minded people. So, not every post needs your comments and your shares and your remarks. And generally, just a few points more, you should get inspired from the social media post of your friends, not being jealous of it. So if you see an update, about someone getting married or landing a great job or doing an expensive trip, don't waste your time comparing your life with theirs or weaning about how boring your life is compared to them. Instead, we should take it as an opportunity to inspire and motivate yourself to work harder towards achieving your own dreams. So it's also important to remember that no matter how picture perfect a person's life appears on the social media, all of us have a real, unedited parts of our lives, which is very raw, which is very difficult, which is very messy. So be kind to others and to your own self, whether you are online or offline. So, developing the habits of the social media, in a very positive way is very, very important. So that was from my side. And thank you so much, everyone, for a patient hearing. I love you so much. And thanks for calling me here. Thank you, Alka, again. Thank you, Queen Nadia. Thank you, Queen Professor Elizabeth. Thank you, Professor Mehreen Mia. Thank you, Silka, Monica, Vijolika, and our best moderator, Eric. Thank you so much. Thank you all, very much. Thank you so much.
And a big thank you to you, Professor Namita. I mean, thank you so much. There were some powerful messages you gave, especially one for family time. Two, when you said that shouldn't be the first thing that one does. And even if one sees some post about their friend who probably has landed himself or herself a good job, instead of being a little, feeling not good about it, try to celebrate the successes of your friends. I think that makes all the difference. Very powerfully said, and it was well said, because I think this is what we need. Like we're saying, everyone is unique. And I'm sure with each and every one of us having our own uniqueness, we're all doing wonderfully well. So thank you so much. And yes, I think one wants to say something.
Well, I second again what you said, Dr. Alka, but I like what Dr. Namita said. Just be you, be yourself, you're unique. And yes, use our social media wisely. So use it as an inspiration rather than put your political or any complaint. So don't be a complainer. Okay. Okay, can you? Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'm having a little trouble. Okay, so again, wear your smile and listen to our next part of our program. It's a musical performance, I believe, by Danny Dimach, our Energia International Young Ambassador from Algeria. Are you ready, Danny?
Albania.
From Albania. Okay, thank you for the correction.
Yeah. It's Albania. It's Albania. She is our Energia International Young Ambassador from Albania, and she's a musical genius.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting.
So it's over to Denny. And after...
Just a moment, please, because she's going to piano now. Just a moment here. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Are we okay? Is any problem with?
Be ready. Please be ready after this.
It's okay. Is any problem with connection?
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear. It's fantastic.
Okay, thank you very much. Now.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Wow,
Absolutely wonderful.
fantastic, Jenny. How have you been?
Beautiful.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, that was wonderful. That was a different piece. What was the piece? I mean, I couldn't put it because generally you play "Tell Me Why." You know that number. Which one was this?
It was Turkish March and Serenade. This one.
Oh, that was
Beautiful.
lovely.
Beautiful.
Lovely, beautiful, fantastic. Keep going. Keep playing fantastic music and wowing everyone. Thank you so much, Denny, and thank Jolika for your daughter is actually a genius. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Vaughan.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Dr. Alka. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm having a little problem. I don't know if it's just only me. My screen is moving.
Yeah,
So,
it's only you then, because our screen is
okay.
not moving. Good.
Okay. As long as you can see me and you can
We
hear
can
me.
see you perfectly. You're looking handsome, suave, debonair.
Yeah, you are all moving. So I think there's might be a right. But let's go on that positivity and continue to wear your smile. Let's hear from our expert speakers. And I believe we will have our first speaker, Professor Dr. Merin Mia, educationist, humanitarian, global ambassador, and global spokesperson in Africa. Dr. Mia, the virtual stage is yours. Take it away.
Thank you very much. First, let me just confirm that I am audible to everybody.
You are. You are. Sister, you are.
Okay. Thank you very much. So good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good evening to everybody, wherever you are in the world. I greet you all firstly in the universal greeting of peace. Just excuse the voice. It's been horrendous weather here. And I think being out, especially with the rain, etc. So bear with me. Thank you so much, firstly, Dr. Alka, for inviting me. And thank you, Queen Elizabeth. Prayer was amazing. So amen and amen. Queen Nadia, as usual, absolutely inspirational. Wow, you know, life, yes, life's journey has life's lessons involved in it. So every adversity situation that we have is always an opportunity to learn. So yeah, I really loved what she said. Thank you so much, Queen Nadia. So thank you, Chilparco, for this amazing opportunity. And Dr. Namita, wow, whatever you've said is amazing and so true. I know for firsthand, especially in the past few days in South Africa, we have had tons of social media issues based on fake news coming through for the flooding in different areas, and it's created such hype and havoc unnecessarily. So yes, social media, we need to be careful how it's used, we use it for what it's used. So thank you so much to everybody. Wow, this is really an inspirational platform where we can each learn from each other all the time. So yes, today's topics are amazing. And what I'm meant to talk about today is about unconscious bias and addressing this concept. And if anybody knows me, they would know one thing I love to do is always break things down. And I don't do it purely because of the platform that I'm at, because this is an esteemed platform of panelists. So obviously they would know, but it's for people that would be watching this and wanting to learn more. And when we talk of this unconscious bias, and I'm sure there are plenty out there that are going to always say, well, what is this? And what does it even mean? Unconscious bias doesn't exist. And I'm here to tell you that it very much does exist. And I want to break it down firstly. So here's two words, okay? We have unconscious and we have bias. Unconscious, obviously natural meaning is just not being aware in your conscious mind of something, or you're not aware of specific behavior or your emotion that's going through. So it's an unconscious something that is going on. Bias, what is it? Bias refers to something that is almost a prejudice. It is something that is going against someone or a specific group or a specific thing, but it is done in a specific way that is unfair. So if you have to pull it all together, when we talk of unconscious bias, we are talking about actual prejudice or unfair judgment. It is an unfair judgment that one is placing on a specific group or item or person, but it is done in an unconscious way. So you are not specifically aware that you are actually having this negative emotion towards something or someone. It is done in an unconscious way. So you are biased against a specific someone or something unconsciously. The one thing that I want to bring to the surface now, and I know we are stressed for time, but I want everyone to know that there are many types of bias. We hear of very few of them, but there are many, many types, and you need a whole program to have to go into each one of them specifically. But we have many types of unconscious bias that comes through. And just to name a few, you have beauty bias. We do. You have beauty bias. You have something that is gender bias. Yes, we have many, many talks and episodes on gender bias. We have what we call affinity bias. We have attribution bias. We have something called name bias. There are many types of bias out there, many of them that are done unconsciously by so many people. So I want to touch on the fact that when most of us think about bias, when people talk of bias, automatically your mental state goes into, okay, this is something negative. This is a negative action. It is something that is negatively thought of about something. That is what bias is, yes? So when you talk of bias to someone, that is the first thing that comes to the mental state. Your mindset becomes, yes, this is a negative trait or action. But remember, that is a deliberate one. When we are talking about the unconscious bias, we are talking about a behavior or an emotion or a bias that is created that you are not aware of. It is not deliberate. So unconscious bias is actually based on your mindset that is created on something that is sometimes maybe even mistaken. You don't have enough information about something, but you create this perception of something based on something you might feel or think, but you're doing it so unconsciously that it's not naturally done. And very often you would find this happen in a workplace, for example. You would have this happen often where you'd see people would feel, I am being favored over somebody else, or someone is being favored over me, yet I am giving more. And then you wonder why. Yet the person that is doing the favoring themselves don't even know why they're doing it or that they're doing it at all. So if you have to go back to the initial concept of when I broke it down at the beginning, that breaking down of what unconscious meant and what bias meant, I now want to ask, if it is something that is being done because you are not aware of it being done, then when you want to control it and when you want to try and undo it, what would be the key remedy, control measure to something that you are doing that is not being done with your awareness? It is to do just that. It is to become aware. To create the awareness about you becoming biased in these different types of bias is how you will learn to control it. So if we have to look at beauty bias, for example, what is this beauty bias? Beauty bias is about how I would judge somebody, and many women experience this in the world. Beauty bias is where women are judged, especially based on how attractive somebody thinks that woman may be. So based on how I would think you are beautiful is how I would biasly treat you. If you are seeing yourself as somebody who's doing this, it is now you becoming aware that this is you. This is you that is creating this beauty bias unconsciously, but now you're becoming aware of it. So you will be able to take control of it to change it. So beauty bias was one of them. Remember, I spoke earlier of gender bias. Gender bias is something that we all know of. What is the gender bias? Gender bias is all about where one gender seems to be preferred over the other. Alternatively, we can look at it where some people would assume that the one gender is better than the next. Identify yourself with these different bias modes. And the key is what Queen Nadia had said earlier. The key is education. Educate yourself into what are these different types of unconscious bias types. What are they? Because there are numerous number of them. What is this attribution bias as well? It is about you in your state of mind, your mental mindset. What are the attributes you have resonating with somebody? Based on attributes you put up there and the perception you have on that attribute, you then decide, I can create this to that person or about the person. Why? And especially women would have this happen sometimes. People see a woman as less competent than a man in a specific field. Why? Because that is an attribute that they have grown with. Because that is an attribute that is there and it's not even something that they've learned about. And I ask you now, are you this person? Name bias is something that is also not spoken about, yet really felt across the globe. Everyone has at some point felt this, and I'm sure many on the panel have felt it. What is this name bias? Name bias is something where your name, your caste, your background, your culture, everything about relating to you and your background and who you are becomes a bias for other people. They treat you differently based on specific caste that you belong to. They treat you differently because your name is attached to a specific background. And I know this firsthand because I have had it happen with me. I have had it happen with me where people would say to me, but you are a Muslim woman. You're not supposed to be coming out loud and talking to people out loud. And here you are, you're voicing your opinion. And I say to you, where does it say in any scripture that I'm not supposed to be this person? Where does it say in any space that I'm not supposed to be A, B, and C? But the reason I am able to stand up to ask and counter ask is because I've educated myself into the fact that I do have specific rights. So it's up to each one of us owes it to ourselves to educate ourselves about what the types of bias are out there, what's the type of unconscious bias out there. And I want each one who's listening to this to understand the key point of today's episode. And I could go on and on and on about each one because there are so many. We need a whole program per different type. But the key is for us all to understand what is this concept of unconscious bias, which I've broken down earlier, and then to understand that the key to changing it is to be aware of yourself when you are hitting the mode of becoming biased. So when you are suddenly seeing somebody as, oh, that person is more beautiful than the next, so I would do this, that is you becoming biased towards one based on beauty bias. When you find yourself getting to the mode, you are becoming aware, and you'll be able to change it. I want to tell everybody who's if you are identifying yourself as somebody of any one of these bias, do not condemn yourself because you are guilty of it. Rather say that it is okay, because it is okay to become aware. It is okay to become knowledgeable that you are doing something right wrong. Because how else are you going to be right? Remember, when we want to empower ourselves, especially, empowerment starts with you. So learning and becoming aware of what needs to change within you will empower you to be the better person you need to be. And that will have the catalyst. Because remember, this unconscious bias is not related to specifically workplace or specific to a gender. We have unconscious bias in our families, in our communities, in societies, everywhere. It is there. It is up to us to make sure that we are able to see and become aware of what this is, because when we know and we are aware, that is when we can make the changes that are necessary. Because like we said earlier, it is the educational part that makes the difference. When you are educated enough to see and feel the difference that needs to be felt, then you will be and make the changes that are necessary. As Queen Elizabeth has said, and Queen Nadia has also reiterated, the yes you can philosophy. And I'm going to try. Eric has the keep it simple and short, so I'm keeping this simple and short. I'm going to cut off now, I promise. Let us become more aware. Let us educate ourselves, because the onus is in ourselves to actually be educated enough to stand up for ourselves and be the voice, because we have the right. We have the right. Bias is not acceptable at any level, conscious or unconscious. And we need to be able to understand what each concept means. Are you one who is biased against? Are you somebody who is for it? And if you need to learn how to change the concepts, please, it is open and fair for you to learn how to be different, how to not be unfair to people, because everyone has a right to be not judged. Everyone has a right to be accepted for who they are, and the bias needs to stop. The stop comes from each one of us. Thank you again for this amazing platform. And again, ask for prayers for us all right now. We've lost so many children in the past day and a half that it is so sad here. But I ask for prayers for us all here and across the globe. Thanks again for this amazing platform, to Elka, and thank you to everybody for being here and everything that everyone is doing for their bit to make a change, for impacting lives for the better.
So much
Thank you.
gratitude to you, my sister Mehreen. And bias and partiality, I feel, also lies in the eyes of the beholder. So it's all up to us. It's all about our perceptions. It's all about our mindset. That is why it's a good idea to have a mindset that is able to adapt, that is able to be a little flexible, and that is able to assimilate something that perhaps we're not seeing. Because it says that the eyes can see only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. As you also very beautifully said, very powerfully delivered. And as always, I love the way you voice out your opinions. That's why you're such a powerful woman. That's why you've been able to achieve so much. And I just continuously pray for you, pray for South Africa, pray for you that you continue on your mission of, bringing happiness to everyone, not only in South Africa, but all over the globe. Thank you so much, Sister Mehreen. And Mr. Vaughan, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Alka, and thank you very much, Professor Dr. Mia. Thank you for your message today. Don't worry, there will be no cost for extra minutes for every speaker today. I have all the time. We all have the time. Continue smiling despite any adversity. So I'm glad I was able to use my cell phone right now. I am having a little problem with my laptop. I don't know what happened. Good thing, Dr. Mia, you're passing your seatbelt, because in my screen, I'll show you shaking and dancing. So it's only me. It's only my laptop. But now it's all good. Okay. Moving on to our next speaker, Ambassador Caroline Rasulio, National Coordinator. Is she here? Dr. Arka?
Mr. Vaughan, not there. So please call Dr. Rania.
Okay. We don't have Ambassador Caroline. Let's move on to our dear friend, one of the lady I admire, a great speaker, Dr. Rania Lampu from Greece, a dear friend, a global educator, a STEAM instructor, ICT teacher of Greek Ministry of Education. Dr. Rania, the virtual stage is yours. Take it away.
Hello to everyone. I'm very, very happy to be here today to another session of Wireless Connect. I'm very, very also happy to be among great friends and to share with you about a very interesting topic about burnout. Why this? Because recently I had a serious episode of burnout and still I haven't fully recovered. So I thought that it would be helpful for me to share with you some aspects of this issue and also give us some tips about this, how this needs to be prevented. Stress is a happiness killer, and life is just too short to be unhappy at work. We hear this kind of thing all the time from leaders in industries, for instance, who used to love their jobs, and now they say things like, I'm not sure if it's worth it anymore. Why they say this? Because they have been burned out, emotionally exhausted, and they become cynical as a result of chronic and acute work stress. So why is stress on the rise? A lot has to do with uncertainty in the world and constant changes in our workplace organizations. Many people are overworking, putting in more hours than ever before, and the lines between work and home have disappeared. Under these circumstances, our performance and well-being suffer. Work feels like a burden, so burnout is just around the corner, and happiness at work is not is actually a very possible aspect. So burnout for me is actually a bad energy management, a bad ways to canalize your energy. Being burnout is to be used up like a battery, so depleted that it can't be recharged. According to clinicians, it's a psychological syndrome that emerges as a prolonged response to chronic interpersonal stressors on the job. And this includes, of course, exhaustion, cynicism, loss of efficacy, detachment from the job, a sense of ineffectiveness, lack of accomplishment, depersonalization, withdrawal from other people, alienation, when we feel empty, when we feel devoid of motivation, and also we feel disillusioned of our job, of our productivity. So I had a lot of energy before this episode. I never thought that I would have this kind of episode. For instance, I used to be able to send the perfect mails in 1 minute or less. And during this burnout episode, I couldn't even read mails at all. I mean, it takes me nowadays just to get the motivation to think of a response. So I identified then so strongly with work that I lacked, of course, this balance between my work life and personal life. I had a high workload, including overtime work. And this is maybe a mistake that I tried to be everything to everyone. I felt that I had little or no control over my work. My job sometimes seemed so monotonous and meaningless. And of course, this is related to despair, to boredom, loneliness, grief. So feeling empty, mentally exhausted, and in this situation, you can have hope of any positive change in our lives. Very important, the change in our body, because we can sometimes become quite disconnected from our bodies when we are on the verge of melting down. Because we tend to overvalue our mind. But our bodies are wise and can often pick up upon burnout before our mind even has an inkling about what's going on. So we need to think of our body like a barometer for stress and burnout. And the key here is to become attuned to changes that happen in our body when our stress levels are at a moderate level, so we can catch ourselves before things escalate into what we call the burnout zone. The sooner we can catch burnout, the more likely we will be able to steer ourselves back on track. So this burnout learns us how to assess the levels of risks, how to distinguish between creative stress, which stress can be creative many times, but the difference between stress and burnout, it's something else. Learns us how to recognize the symptoms in ourselves and others, to understand how passion of work can lead to burnout. How, of course, to return, what are the strategies to return to healthy engagement? And when you need to know also when you need to leave your job. So you can try to write a list of questions like, do you seem to be working harder and accomplishing less? Or do you tire more easily? Do you forget appointments, deadlines, or have you forgot to see close friends? Do you suffer from physical symptoms like pains or headaches? Do you find it hard to laugh? And this can lead us to the importance of how we need to move out of ourselves to be a spectator. That means that we need to explore why this happens. For instance, are we prone to what we call self-sacrificing? I mean, put the needs of others in front of our needs. Or are we a people pleaser? Or do we engage in what we call self-sabotage? Are we scared of success, or maybe we don't feel we don't deserve the success? All these questions are very important to pose to ourselves. So many times therapy or coaching or exercise or meditation, of course, may relieve the symptoms of burnout and help us cope or even thrive, but they won't necessarily change the conditions themselves. So for all of those of us who have already tried, for instance, mindfulness or deep breathing or other exercises, and they're still struggling with burnout, I think that we might, in this case, need to challenge some fundamental assumptions around how much we can really do. We need to realize that we don't have the capacity to do it all, just as we cannot have it all. We cannot have all in our life. So in a world of excess doing, we need to develop the capacity to mindfully choose not to do something. And this is, of course, it's not easy to say no, for instance, to some job proposals. And also, let's not forget that we have all these beliefs, cultural beliefs, like time is money or carpe diem. These beliefs that actually say that we must make every moment count. At what cost? Because the truth is that we are much more fragile than we think. We need moments of not doing anything. We need moments that don't count. And it's these moments that spur actually creativity and productivity. So we need to create actually a list of not to do something. And this not to list should include behaviors or activities that we believe that are not helpful for us. And when we talk about strategies, for instance, about workload, we need to assess some important areas. How to plan your workload, how to prioritize your work, how to delegate your tasks, how to learn to say no, as I said before, how to let go your perfectionism. We're not perfect in this world. Nobody's perfect. If you lack autonomy or this has a toll on your well-being. In this case, you can step back and ask yourself, what exactly is causing me to feel this way? The case of reward also is very important, because if the extrinsic and intrinsic rewards for your job don't match the amount of effort and time you put into them, then you're likely to feel like the investment is not worth the payoff. So in this instance, you want to look within and define exactly what you would need to feel properly appreciated. For instance, you may need a raise, a promotion, or you may need a good advice, a good a simple word of congratulation from your boss. Or we talk about fairness, because we need to think about whether we believe that we receive a fair, equitable treatment in our workplace. And very important, the case of community, the case of how it's important to build a healthy and trusting relationship here. And of course, we don't need to take what we call an all or nothing approach. If we use small scraps of time to keep work moving, sometimes suits us, we need to consider giving ourselves little breaks, for instance, on the weekend. And very important to get to know yourself, because self-awareness is the most crucial skill that we can develop to manage burnout. Why? Because we can change something if we can't change something we were not aware what is happening. And of course, it's important to be specific, to learn how does burnout look like for you. What are the sort of changes do I notice in my body? How do I start to behave differently? How my self-talk or my thinking has changed? And changes how you feel. If I feel anger or panic or hopelessness or loneliness or emptiness or sadness. So you need to create a plan, and this plan will start with basic. Basic is asking yourself, what do I need right now? So once you have got the basics, you can say, after this, a moment of reflection, what was your burnout trying to tell us? You can spend time reflecting on what this was trying to tell you. It was about to slow down. It was about to change paths or to ask for help. Help of professionals is very important. To manage your time more effectively, to plan ahead, to take risks. What it was that? So concluding, I want to say that burnout can, of course, often feel insurmountable. And the sense of being overwhelmed is only signal. It's not, of course, a long-term sentence. So by understanding the symptoms and causes and implementing some sort of strategies, some sort of tips that I aforementioned, we can recover and actually build a roadmap for prevention. Because this hard experience can serve as a turning point that launches us to a more sustainable career and a happier, healthier life. Thank you very much for your attention.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Rania. Thank you very much. Yes, I love your message when you said no one is perfect. I believe let's pursue progress rather than perfection. So thank you very much for that enlightenment. Thank you. Thank you. And good to see you, my friend. Thank you. All right, moving on.
Can I say one thing to Dr. Rania?
Absolutely.
You actually shared your experience when you were talking about the burnout. And I think that there are certain things that we do. And if we know that we have to be very productive, it's always a good idea to have a to-do list, like prioritize your work, delegate your work, consider certain work to be important and urgent, some work to be maybe important but not urgent. So that all, if we start practicing a little bit of mindful, prioritizing, I think it will save us from all this burnout. So that was very powerful again, Dr. Rania. And yeah, it's always lovely to hear you. And your charming smile adds to, the power in the words that you speak. So thank you so much. And really keep shining always. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Khan, it's over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Alka. Thank you very much for that insight from Dr. Rania's speech. All right, moving on, I would like to call on Mr. Juwari Sarkawi, faculty at UNOSA, contributor at Higher Education and reviewer, and journalist at Warta. Over to you, sir.
Big welcome to you. This is the first time, Juan, that he's coming on our platform. And a big welcome to you. And you are going to be part of our Chilparco International, Mr. Sarkawi. And it's such a pleasure to have you. And we are really excited to be hearing your thoughts. So a big welcome to you from the entire team of Chilparco International.
Thank you. Good evening. Everyone, and also especially the host, Dr. Alka Hazan, and the moderator, Dr. Eric, and some of my friends here. Right, the topic is number 9, that is positive social media habits. I would like to share, okay, the moderator, let me share my PowerPoint. Yeah. Right. So um, this is the topics that I have. Positive social media habits. Right. So I think this is a good topic if you give me, and then I choose this one because I'm also the social media practitioner and also a journalist for about 15 years. And then because of that, then I would like to want to say about the types of social media and the users. I just got it from the recent so actually Facebook is the most used and also we are now communicating through the Facebook. And then secondly, here is the another one, and Messenger also inside the Facebook. So if we have the Facebook, then automatically we have the Messenger. And actually there are many on the right side here, but I cannot join all because we cannot manage one by one. That is why there are some of the suggestion after this. I also got some of the result of the research that I already quoted in my point. Now the benefits of social media here. It can be personal networks, intra-species network, e-commerce, media sharing networks, discussion forum like what we are now doing, bookmarking site. Usually we have to put it in our laptop or our handphone or our CP. Social publishing, social publishing also as the journalists here, and also if we always write our idea in newspapers and online reviews. Now all journals, especially academic journals, scientific journals, are published online, and therefore online reviews are now getting prevailing. That is social media with the benefit. Now when we talked about the percentage of social media purposes, 60% is social networks. So what we are doing now, we need that kind of network through social media. And then 15 only games, usually for our children and young people, and then email, and 45 for others. And this is social network is the most used for the purpose of why we use, or people in the world using the social media. And it is good. I know you, and you know me because of the social media, and therefore it is about 6%. Now the research that from the Google Scholars, the journals, articles recently, and if we talk about YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat are the most popular online platform among the teens. I think this is good, and a good finding. Even I myself, use Instagram more, frequent, not frequently, like what I do with Facebook. And this is the example of the result of the research that I got from the journal of in Google Scholar. But also another research, regularly use social media. This is I got it from another research. So Facebook is the most, and then YouTube, Google Ad. I don't have Google Ad. LinkedIn I have LinkedIn, and LinkedIn also good for us, especially for the adults, scientists or researchers. If you are teachers or lecturers, LinkedIn is also good. Twitter, mostly in my country, Twitter is used for politicians. So you know that Twitter, like by Donald Trump and all presidents and ministers usually use Twitter for commenting about the political condition. Flickr, I don't have it. Blog, yes, I have. Blog is good for us, especially for CV. So curriculum vitae, it is better for us to have a blog. I have a blog. So if you click my name about Juari in Google searching, then you will find my blog. It is about CV. If someone wants me CV completely, then I send the blog here with my CV very completely from the beginning up to today. Yeah. And MySpace, I don't have it. Streaming, I don't have it. Deletion, I don't have it. And I have Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, blogs, yeah, and Instagram. But this is the result of the participant. So content types of social media marketers. This is another research. Yeah. Visual, 85% content as their most commonly used, demonstrating continued and rising popularity for this type of content. In my country, I don't know in yours, mostly they make it viral through WhatsApp. So we often get the video from the WhatsApp about the marketing of their product and so on and so forth, and also YouTube, mostly. Blogging, yes. Blogging and videos, yes. And then visual content of exceeded blogging, 35% as the respondent most important type of content. Though again there are differences by target audience, yeah, depending on the audience, yeah. And positive effect of social media. Number one is for emotional support when they are in need. So don't create a social media account if you do not need it. If you do not need it, yeah. Like Twitter, I have, but I never use it. Only if I want to know the condition of the politics in the world and especially in my country, I usually open my. Yeah, I need it. Yeah. And number two is it can offer valuable access to community where certain topics are perhaps more openly discussed than they would be in face-to-face circumstances like what we are doing now. So I am glad to have this discussion invited by Dr. Alka Zanan, that now we are talking about the topic that we are now doing now. This is the example of the positive effect. Therefore, social media allows people to share their experiences and connect with other like-minded people. So this is and number four, more importantly, social media can improve awareness of mental health. This is psychologically. You are the expert in psychology, but I am glad to have the social media because number four here, that it can improve our awareness of mental health problems and even other health issues. And why? Because it provides a sharing platform for people with similar health experiences and can enlighten and inform those who feel like they are going it alone. Yeah, then we this is the good for us for having the social media positive effect. There are negative and positive habits. Yeah, so bad social media habits, yeah, focusing on the number of likes and the followers. So don't bother ignorant. So don't care about whether we are liked or not. Yeah, we are liked or not. Whether we have followers or not. Yeah. So this is the bad social media habits. Yeah. If we focus on the like, then if we post our post, for example, in our account, and the like is only 1 or 2, and then we regret, then that is a bad social media habits. I always tell even to my students, create your social media that you like to promote yourself, and don't focus on whether you are liked by many or not. Even except if you want to be the endorser, yeah. If you want to be endorser, yeah. Browsing when you feel lonely or inadequate. Yeah. So this is topic number 9. Then I browse the references, the result of the result, related to the positive habits, related to the positive habits of social media. And this is yes, we feel we have to browse it whenever we need. And cyber stalking or expose breakup, yes. So never comment negatively and follow negatively about whatever, especially Twitter, Twitter. Well, if I read the Twitter here, all of the politicians here, I get confused reading the language. And what we have to do is good social media habits, using it as a way to learn more about the people and the world. So I learned lots about you today, and then also some of the speakers, about the bias, and also about the burnout. Good topic. This is a positive social media habit. Following people who inspire you and make you happy. Don't follow the account that makes you regret. Always something talking about something that is not related to good thing or good topic, and so on and so forth. Posting pictures or moments you treasure and want to remember. For example, I will post this event, for example, because I want to remember next year by the time of the date, the same date. Then our Facebook usually giving a notification. This is the memory a year ago on the same date with your friend. You were invited by the today at the same time. It's good. That to remember. Set a daily limit and disengage at a time. Yes. This is also, but don't get addicted. don't get addicted. Then you leave anything what actually should be prioritized in our job, for example. This is a good social media habit. Now, positive and negative effect of social media based on research. So that was I got from some of the psychologists but this one is from the research from the Google Scholar. So positive effect of social media on health. On health. Sharing of doctors' prescription to friends, relatives, and colleagues. I got some of these. For example, last year I got the message from a friend of mine from other country how to reduce my my because my weight, because during the 2 years in a pandemic, I had never had a regular sport, regular exercise, and then suddenly I got my weight increase, and then I got also some of recipe, and then that is also good, sharing of doctor prescription to a friend, and so on and so forth. So we can also share how to improve, how to reduce, and so on and so forth. And the next is sharing suggestion among friends, relatives, and colleagues about various diseases and its symptoms. This is based on the research. Yes, I got some of this kind of from especially during the pandemic in the first year. How to protect. Yes, how to protect our body from coronavirus and so on. So many at the time, and that is also a positive effect. And there are also support and mutual accountability on online health forum. Yes, and this is also good because we cannot give the prescription that is against the health prescription. Support for health and related causes. This is from the research, the research by Akram and Kamar in 1917. Helping health services to prioritize critical cases. And increase accountability to consumers and more data available to health researchers. Yes, especially I read some of the research conducted by some of the medical doctors. And I'm interested in in that kind of research, especially about coronavirus, the development and where it was started and how it spreaded and so on and so forth. Yeah. And positive still negative effects. Yeah. Think good and it will be good. I like this. So social connectivity, yes. Social connectivity. Information and update. Yes, information and update. Education, especially students, yeah, get access to many. Not only students, even I myself get access to many. Yeah. And advertising, yes. If you have a special business, or you can also personal branding. It's personal branding. I know Professor Dr. Rania Lampo is now globally recognized. That is advertising, a kind of personal branding. I know you because of you are always exposed in the social media. It is a good personal branding. Noble causes, helping the needy quickly by spreading. This is especially when we know about the tragedy and so on, like earthquake in Indonesia, in other countries. Yeah, usually it can also be spread and viral so quickly, and then they can also get the assistance, also the funding and so on and so forth, like the crowdfunding. Yeah, very this is the info about those who need help. Yes, especially in the earthquakes and so on and so forth, or the calamity of the same in our countries or in other countries. You can also get the information very quickly. Help the building of in building communities. Yes, you can also make a group of organization, and so many now I cannot count how many organizations I joined. Yeah. And negative effect. So negative thinking will never make your life positive. This is the best motto that I always remember. Negative thinking will never make your life positive. So hacking, addiction. Even though we know the positive effect of social media, it does not mean that every minute we always get with our cellular phone or laptop and playing all the time about our social media, and we forget our job, for example, related to our job of our office and so on. Fraud and scam, yes. So society cyber harassing, yes. So this is the negative. Everyone who does this, that they will not make their life positive. And good suggestion, yeah. In reference, I got from Priya Florence Sahia, is the psychotherapist, best-selling author, award-winning. You can also get this her blog here. Online publisher, online branding consultant. So stop doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is the compulsion to consume negative news on social media. Don't be very often to read the negative news. Yeah. This is stop doom scrolling. Use social media mindfully. In order for the thing you change, you have to see them as you want them to be, rather than continuing to observe them as they are. So try to share something that you need. Try to say something that is interesting. Try to, and so on and so forth. Yes. So curate your feed. If you consciously curate your feed, unfollow the doomsayers. Yeah. So someone or everyone who always does the doom scrolling, just don't follow it. Yeah. Otherwise, you will get confused by yourself because of that. Stop social comparison. Never compare with other people. So, for example, I am liked by only 3 people, but my friend liked by hundreds. If you compare like that, then we never think that social media is positive. Never. And even you don't compare anything about social status and so on and so forth, and also anything. And start fresh. If you find yourself unable to create your social feed or unfollow enough negative people to create a social feed that makes you feel better when you go through it, delete the social account that you tend to scroll through most and start press. So we can also delete something our post that is not good, yeah, not something that that do not give us does not give us satisfaction, for example. Yes, I always delete, yeah, some the past posting that usually not important enough. Yeah, we have to refresh. We have to refresh and use social media for learning. Yes, of course, use social for learning. Thank you very much. That was all what I am doing, and I hope that what I have represented here will be also good and having a positive effect on us, and you can also share with others. Thank you very much. And then, yes.
Thank you, Dr. Alka. You want to say something about presentation about social media?
Yes, I mean, this is the first time Dr. Juari came on our platform, and we just happened to meet over social media, and he talked to us on social media. I think social media is also wonderful because it has been connecting so many of us all over the world, and we have been connecting, we've been meeting, we've been listening to one another's thoughts, and I feel that it's been a blessing for all of us. Why? Because we would never have thought of connecting with such wonderful speakers, people, compassionate human beings, people who are humanitarians working for the good of humanity from all across the globe. We would never have, actually met them. But thanks to social media, wow, we're here. But yes, we need to be careful. As Dr. Juari very well said, I shouldn't make it a habit, first thing in the morning, first, last thing at night, always speaking and seeing how many likes we've got. I mean, forget the likes. Who bothers about the likes? As long as we're able to express ourselves and we're, able to drive home a point. How many likes or how many subscribers do we have doesn't really matter. And I have noticed something also, which I would like to share with all of you, that I have seen that, most of the time on social media, the people who have the maximum likes, for example, since we're talking about social media, are those who really don't have anything much to say. Let's be very honest. The incompetent ones get the most likes, but where people are actually saying something of consequence, there, people don't really give it a thought. Maybe, yes, we need to work on how we're doing it. Maybe, yes. But it's quite surprising that people who are just pouting and saying, just trying to show off or, their day's routine, how the day's routine is going, they're getting likes. But all right. I mean, there are things that we can share which can impact everyone. I wish we started doing that. I wish our wisdom worked better and we knew how to use our social media well. So thank you, Dr. Juari. That was wonderful. And the first time, but it was very impressive. So a big thank you, Terima kasih. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Terima kasih kembali.
Thank you.
You learn my Indonesian language.
Just a little bit, not too much. I'm learning. Lifelong learner. Lifelong learner. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Alka. Dr. Alka, Mr. Juari, do you have Friendster? Anybody else here remember about Friendster? I have that social media before. I don't know if you know the Friendster. Before Facebook became popular in Asia, there is this so-called Friendster. So, I don't know if you remember it, but yes, I do have that before. And then we evolved Facebook, Instagram.
Mr. Won, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but your voice is sort of echoing. I don't know why. It's as if there's some kind of a. Are you using two devices by any chance?
No, I only use one.
Ma'am, your voice is also echoing. Alka, ma'am,
Really?
your voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yes. So, well, how about that? I think it's only one now. All right. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
One
Thank
second
you.
again.
Okay.
I switched off my my video, my my sound, and I still heard the echoing.
Now,
Yes.
ma'am, you are not echoing. Alka ma'am
That's
is
the
not
thing.
echoing
It's not
now.
from my side.
No,
It's
you're
somewhere
not
else.
echoing.
It's somewhere
How
else. I
about me?
don't know, but it
How
is.
about me, doctor? How about me, doctor? I don't hear any echo on my side
Now
now.
there is none. Now there is none.
Okay. Yeah, I
Great,
already
great.
used one.
Positivity.
Okay, great.
We're smiling.
Yes,
Positivity.
yes, that's the most important. And yes, Mr. Juari, I agree with you. Use our social media wisely. If not for Facebook, I don't know everyone else here. So if you will follow me in my Facebook, I use this one like the daily dose of inspiration and courage. So I post positive posts every day, and I tag some of my friends. So follow me in my Facebook, and yes, use it wisely. I hear that echo again, but moving on, I would like to call on Miss Anijomoki Shabi, humanitarian, positive thinker, believes in God, family, and nature. Over to you, Miss Shabi. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Good evening here.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. And thank you, Mama. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And thank you, everyone. Professor Queen Elizabeth. Thank you, everyone, for being on this platform. It's an honor. And it's 10, almost 10 a.m. in the morning over here. And good morning, good evening, and good nights wherever everyone is in the world. All right, the topic I'm going to be talking on today is inappropriate workplace relationship. And this is a very vital topic and very sensitive topic, actually. People don't know it is, but I will tell you it is. Before I go on, please let me know if you are finding it difficult to hear me clearly. I would, so I can adjust my sound. Is that okay, everybody? All right, we're on the same page. Awesome. So inappropriate, what is inappropriate? Inappropriate is something no one should be doing. It's something prohibited, something that is not allowed in a workplace or anywhere, basically that's the term inappropriate. Now, what is a workplace or where is a workplace? A workplace is a place where we all go, or it can be even remote. Some people work remotely. I don't work remotely. I physically go to work. But some people who work remotely, it's a workplace for them, where you actually do your day-to-day activity. You perform your duties in your career or maybe your passion, whatever. It's still your workplace. Either you physically go there or you remotely go there. So now, a relationship, basically, I'm trying to define each words, then I'm going to merge them together and explain my own thought process. Now, what is relationship? Relationship is having it's basically having interaction, having a cordial, a consensual feeling or agreement, understanding, same goal, similar goal, because there are friendship relationship, there is work relationship, there is professional relationship. So far it is cordial, it is consensual, it is a similar goal we're trying to achieve. There, a relationship is defined. Now, whatever aspect of life life that relationship is being thrown at, there has to be a common goal. So now let's put it together. Inappropriate workplace relationship. Now, inappropriate, prohibited workplace relationship. Now, basically, if you listen to that what I just said now, you realize that this is in another context, and this is a sexual, emotional context. It is not a professional one, because first of all, the word inappropriate already took it out from professional. You already took it out from friendship. Now it's taking it to emotions. Because you can't tell me that, okay, if I go to work, I cannot be friends with my colleague. I can. That's not inappropriate. So it's still part of, work-life balance. I can be friends with my colleague, and that's fine. It's not inappropriate. But the one they're talking about now is inappropriate workplace relationship, and that's what they call emotional, sexual, and by so doing, I've come to realize, and my own definition is something that's perceived and something that is consensual, but would affect, in the long run, would affect production, would affect productivity, would affect advancement at work. Because, life itself is crazy. Life itself is, disturbing. Life itself is not balanced. Sometimes some people go to work to find a balance in their own life, in their own bubble. They're at home, and home is crazy for them. And they go to work hoping and praying to God that, like, I can get busy enough to tone out work, home issues. Do you understand me, everyone? But if you start having inappropriate, if you start having relationship, before we even call it inappropriate now, if you're having relationship, and sexual, emotional relationship at work, now you've brought home to work. Now there is no professionalism. There's no difference between I'm at home and I'm at work. Because at home, let's be honest with ourselves, this platform is a real platform, and it's an honest one. So I'm going to tell you, at home, there is drama. Even at work, there is professional drama, bureaucratic, political drama going on at work. Then you now want to add emotional drama. And let's be honest ourselves, emotional drama it escalates things. It blows up. It's like you're pouring gasoline on a fire. It will blow up. It will blow up. So the point is, it's not only inappropriate. It should be. I cannot use the word ban, because you find love in crazy places, but I can't really use the word ban. Ban is too much of a word. But I would just use. I wouldn't use prohibited, because it does buttress the point of inappropriate. But at the same time, I'm trying to find a particular word, and I'll get to that point. But anyway, you cannot go ahead. I go to work in the morning. I'm going to give you a scenario. I started this job at this particular bank, and the first day, my trainer is being inappropriate with me. Then a colleague of mine told me, "Be careful," and it wasn't verbally inappropriate like that, but you can tell in his demeanor. And to be honest, a part of me felt like maybe I led him on with my gracious smile, and it's nothing, it's not me, because this is who I am. I would always smile, I'm cherry, I'm bubbly. Has nothing to do with me, right? But the moment I start encouraging it, what does it do? First of all, I won't listen to that training. I wouldn't pay attention anymore. I'll be paying attention to the chemical combination, the chemical reaction between us. Because to be honest, before sexual relationship starts, there's always a chemical reaction. I saw the chemistry. So I'll be telling you that there is oxytocin, there is so many chemical reaction in the body that the body produces that makes me feel like I'm interested in this person. And then that reaction tones out so many productivity, where our brain should be thinking that, how can I be productive today? How can I make these numbers? No, I can't make that numbers. How can I open the skirts? How can I lift up his pants? Do you understand me? So I'm no longer thinking about the reason why I'm here. I'm thinking about how can I get out of here and take off my clothes with him. I'm not thinking about what is teaching me, what is training me with, what is trying to feed me with. Okay, I'm trying to make you understand this is how the process works. No, I'm not thinking about it anymore. And neither is he. Now the goal, the reason why I am there is being deviated somewhere else, somewhere not productive. At the end of the day, that 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 2-second emotional connection can ruin a lifetime of productivity, can ruin who you're supposed to be, the reason why you're there, can ruin your potential. Because at the end of the day, we are human, we have feelings. Then from having a sexual relationship with this person, I start thinking about it. Then if it's not feeling the way I'm feeling, I start feeling, oh, I'm the problem. Then it start affecting my day-to-day activity. Then it start affecting me being able to have a full day at work, a good, wonderful day at work. So and now let's talk about even a proper relationship, workplace relationship with managers, with bosses. It is wrong. It is wrong because there is no, you will say I would separate my emotions from work. You cannot. There is no how your emotions would not speak first. Because we are human beings and we lead by emotions. Even if you are the toughest man on earth, you lead by emotions because you are angry about something. That's why you're being tough. You're playing, I'm tough. You have feelings, that's why you think you're tough. So it would always affect the workplace productivity. That's the point. Because the workplace is for their lives at stake. Let's talk about medically. There are doctors, right? And doctors, nurses, and everything. Imagine a doctor, a surgeon sleeping with a nurse or scrub nurse that's in the ER or in the OR operating room, and they had that workplace relationship, and it's a problem. Now it became when the surgeon is asking for a scalpel or asking for something to operate on a particular person. Oh, thank you so much, thank you so much, Dr. Quinn. The doctor is trying to perform, the surgeon is trying to do something, trying to work on this particular patient, but because there's this friction in the air, the nurse is no longer being the nurse. She's now emotional. She's now angry. She's now bitter. It can be the other way around. It can be vice versa. It might be the one angry, being spiteful. He might say something. And, you're affecting the patient's life because of what you guys had. No matter how you think, oh, it's easy, we would not bring it up. We love each other. It would come up whenever you have that drama you're bringing it to work. Because even without having any workplace relationship, without dating anybody at work or being with anyone at work, normally you have drama at home, and that same drama, you in a way bring it to work. Then your coworker be like, okay, this is work. Don't let it affect work. Just tone it out. After work, go deal with it. You have work to help you escape from that. But no, when now you have work, not only escaping from that, but to remind you of it because you see him every day. So see where the confusion will start coming from? You're trying to focus, but it's your manager. You're trying to focus, but it's your coworker, it's your colleague. You're trying to focus when you go to the elevator, you see him, your mind start blowing up. You start feeling like, oh my God. I'll talk as a man now. You're trying to focus, you see her with another woman, another man flirting. You're trying to send a different transaction, you send a different one. You're gonna get fired. That's how it is. You're trying to focus, But because she's talking to another person, doing the body language, she's over you, she moved on so fast before you, and the next thing, you give the patient the wrong medication, and the patient dies. You're costing somebody, well, not only money, somebody's life. You're costing the company a lot of work, a lot of time that and money that they can actually use to do something else. Even you can't feel fulfilled. What did I do today? I spent my entire half of my day thinking about this man, this woman. And that's because you started something you shouldn't have. Inappropriate workplace relationships should be talked about, should not be swept under the rug, should not be allowed, should not at all, because at the end of the day, you're a human being. It's not about the company being liable. No, it's not about that now. It's not about numbers. It's about the fact that you are human. You would react when things don't go your way. Even if you love one another, when things don't go your way, you would react. There's something that runs in us. So far it's blood, we would always react. I'm dating somebody at work, right? And he's smiling at the other lady. I'm human. No matter how mature I am, I'll feel it. I'll be hostile towards the woman because I'm thinking in my head something is going on, even if it's not going on, even if I try to be mature. Now, let's see it this way. I am his boss. And he's not flirting. He's probably working and they're laughing, having work, professional relationship. And I'm thinking, oh, is this how, because he got me, is this how it's gonna get her too? I start having numbers. And instead of me to talk to him as it's like when he does something unheard of at work, maybe and in his correction, I wouldn't correct him the way I should professionally, even if I try to, or even if I try to correct him the way I should, it won't really be heard. It won't really make any impact. Reason because we have a chemistry already. We have that. Where I come from, we call it, you see me naked, I've seen you naked. So there's no respect no more. All respect is out the window. It's hard to put that respect there. It's difficult. And now you're going to be hostile towards the other subordinate, who is the lady, because you're like, I think he's cheating on me with her, or he's about to, or this is how we both started, and now he's about to start with somebody else that way. You're going to be hostile towards her. Not only would you lose your self-respect, you lose respect of your female subordinates, even everybody in the entire office. Oh, the drama queen is here. The drama queen is here, and everybody senses those things. When you're in a place of power, one thing I realize is people that are in place of power misuse their power by trading in, doing quick for quo. Oh, if you give me this, I'll give you this. If you give me sex, I would give you a promotion. Inappropriate workplace relationship. It shouldn't be allowed. It should be sanctioned. It should be prohibited. It should be a ban. Literally, it should be on it. I have mentioned it. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to mention that. That should be on it. Because first of all, we human beings, we have emotions. I'm going to talk. I can't stop talking about we have emotions, because I'm an emotional being. And I know everybody on this platform, anybody that's going to see this video is emotional too, no matter what. So far you have blood running through your vein, you would react, you feel bad, you make poor judgment, you won't make corrective actions for, you won't take corrective
measures.
Measures. Thank you, Mama. Yeah. Corrective measures, basically, yes. You will not, because you're like, oh, I don't know, your emotions are in the air. It's everywhere, and it's not supposed to be so. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you're having an emotional relationship with somebody, immediately it's about to start. It's either you transfer to a different where you're not going to see each other every day through a different department, far away, or you start looking for another job. So some companies will tell you immediately, start looking for another job. This is not allowed. This is not allowed, because you would always bring home drama to work. Work has its own drama. Life has its own drama. Then you bring your emotions to the table. We can't have that. But we're trying to make a proposal for a particular bid. You are countering my proposal because we have issues on the bed. You're not pushing through my proposal because we have issues on the bed, in the room, or where we had it in the car. It's annoying. You almost made a patient die. You almost cost a patient her life or his life because you had issues with me. You forgot a towel inside a patient because you were busy annoying or you're busy being petty in the OR with your ex, or you're with your boyfriend or with your husband or whoever. You're costing someone their life. It might not be instantly, years to come. They find out there's a suture in them. There's this in them. There is they forgot the scissors in them. Oh my God, a scalpel in them. Oh Lord, you transferred money to the wrong accounts that can be gotten back. Are we understanding this? So all of these things, we need to look at it. And now you start to blame yourself, you start feeling sad, and then work production start going down, and now you lose your job and you say life is unfair. I'm sorry, everybody, you were the reason that happened to you. No one but yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where at the end of the day, you cannot feel good about yourself. It's not worth it. No one is worth that. No one, nothing. If you cannot leave, if you cannot go to bed at night and I feel fulfilled right now. I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. I'm excited. If you cannot feel that way about yourself in whatever you do, take a step back. Because if you start a relationship at work, because people that start relationships at work, they don't think through, they don't think back, like, oh, they don't think for the long run, like, okay, how is this going to happen? How is it going to affect? How is it going to happen? Even, it's not going to be boring because you see yourself every day at work. Talk about the same thing at work. There is no other conversation. There's no other things happening. Isn't it going to be boring in a relationship anyway? Won't it be too cliche? Can you talk about different things? You have the same friends. You see the same people. You can, this couple gossip. You cannot gossip about your boss or any talk gossip about his boss. You can't. Why? Because you work in the same office. And when you and I break up, I go rat you out to your boss and say, you said this. And now problem starts. Unnecessary competition going on. And when they said when two elephants are fighting, the ground will suffer. And the ground that's suffering is the company, your colleagues, the rest of your colleagues, your boss, your job. Even your well-being will suffer, because when you lose your job, you lose part of who you are. And my final note is this. I'm going to round it up by saying, we all should live our life in a way that when we look back emotionally, we feel safe, we can defend it. If you live your life if you live your emotional life like, I cannot defend this, I don't feel good about it, check yourself. Thank you.
Dr. Alka, can you have a short insight of our Miss Shabby's
Oh,
emotional
yes. I must
speech?
say, Jen is my daughter, and Jen is family. We met 3 years back. All of you need to know this. We met in Washington. And the moment we met, she just started calling me mama, and I started calling her my daughter. And she said, for her, family is important, the most important thing in the world. And I agreed with her, and from that day onwards, we have always been in touch. And I know that she's a very strong woman, a very strong woman. She has gone through a lot of hardships. There have been very traumatic times, but she has always, risen up, like the phoenix. She's always risen up. And whatever she has said just now, it makes so much of sense, Jen, when you said that it's actually us, at the end of the day, if I'm not feeling that my self-worth is protected at work, I think probably I'm somewhere at the wrong place, because it is about emotions. It's your life. Human being, you're right. You're a human being. If you are not feeling good at a particular workplace, then why don't be there? I know that there could be so many reasons life is unfair. Life is unfair. But then at the same time, life has given us our uniqueness, which you have. You are strong from within. You have a powerful voice. You're assertive. And with this, it may take a while. It may take a while for you to reach where you're supposed to reach. But believe me, and God will make this happen, that you will reach at the place where you deserve to go, because you have all the ingredients of success. You have all the ingredients of being a good human being, and you know what life is all about. You value life, you value human beings, you value family. So that is something which is very important. I'm proud of you, because you in these 3 years have become wiser than your age. I mean, I never believed that chirpy girl that I met, who was showing me around the place, would become this powerful voice. I mean, what a huge transformation. But I'm happy about it. I'm happy that you have learned from your mistakes, that you're moving up, and the way you said things, so calling a spade, totally uninhibited, which is very good, because we need to be like this. We need to be bold. We need to have a voice. So wonderful. But you kept the parameters, of courtesies, of whatever you can call them, protocols. They were very much alive. And I would just say that God bless you always. And yes, I'm always there. We're just a phone call away. And I want to see that smile on your face always, Jen. Keep smiling always. I love you so much. Yeah.
I love you too, Mama.
Thank you.
Mr. Won.
All right. Yes, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Miss Shabby. Yes, your humor side, I met my wife in a workplace. So I think big percentage of us meet our better half in a workplace.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, moving on. I would like to call on Dr. Dira Ma'am for her speech. Over to you, Dr. Dira. One of the pillars of the Wireless Connect in Chilparco International.
Thank you, Dr. Won. You're extremely kind, extremely wonderful, and the way you've conducted the whole program, we are extremely grateful to you. So I wish everyone a good evening or a good afternoon or a good morning. And I am no expert in this topic. The topic for me is managing high stakes conversations. So I've just put together my experience of life and taken some stuff from the internet. So I'll go over the points quickly. What are high stakes in conversations or high stakes conversations? These conversations can be anything from something which is happening in your family to a global situation. Let's take a few examples of high stake conversations. It could be a nuclear or armament deal. It could be a global situation. It could be a business deal. It could be resolving a conflict. It could be an emotionally charged communication or conversation between two or more people. So it's a wide range of things which come under high stakes conversations. But the bottom line is, if you lose a high stakes conversation, you lose a lot. Let me proceed further. We are all human, and that can make high stakes conversations very tough. Here are 3 reasons why. Number 1, evolution. Important conversations appear to trigger our emotions through our limbic system. That's the part of the brain which controls our emotions. The problem is humans have spent millennia perfecting the fight or flight response. Our adrenal gland pumps out adrenaline, our heart rate increases, and we are geared up to do battle or run away. That's the problem with human beings, fight or flight. Opposition to a point of view can feel like an attack. Thanks to the adrenaline, we either fight, argue, or take flight, exit the conversation, but we are not so well prepared to keep our wits about us and have a tough conversation. That's point 1. The second reason why we are not good at this sort of thing is self-defeating strategy. Our default strategy is rooted in our evolution once again. In our amped up state, we often behave in ways that are counterproductive, and we often don't even realize it. We are reactive, emotional, defensive, and aggressive. We feel like we are under attack, and we fight to be right, or we shut down, clam up, or otherwise exit the conversation. This strategy often has the opposite effect of what we want. How many arguments have you been in where the other person digs out into their position, is unwilling to compromise, and is completely out of line? Were you able to have a successful conversation? Are you sure you weren't also dug in your position, unwilling to compromise and completely out of line? And the third basic reason is no new approach. This means even if you wanted to have a better conversation or better conversations, you didn't necessarily, or you don't necessarily have a new approach in your back pocket. Without an excellent communicator to emulate, it can be tough to change the course of your conversations. You've probably prepared for tough conversations before. Maybe you've rehearsed them in your head, what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, and you've got a plan for how the conversation will go. But what if it doesn't go that way? Will you manage to still have a successful conversation, or will you get caught up in your emotions and end up regretting how the conversation went? Either way, a new approach to conversation can help. So these were the 3 problems, and these are the solutions over which I'll go over quickly. First is autonomy, relatedness, and competence. There are 3 basic human needs for conversations to be successful. First is autonomy. One must feel independent. Second is relatedness. One must have acceptance. The other person is listening. And third is competence. You must be competent enough to take part in that conversation. The next point is empathy. Think in a high stakes conversation from the other person's point of view, what he or she might be endeavoring to achieve. Just don't have your own plan in place. Think it from the other's perspective as well. The next point is align your goals and your intentions. What usually happens, our goals are totally different from our hidden intentions. Next point, know what you really want and communicate what you really want. So you have to be very precise with yourself, very exact with yourself, that what is the outcome that you're looking for in this high stakes conversation. Build trust, lead with questions. Questions like, what would success look like for you? How do you believe this situation sets you or others up for failure or success? Can you give me an example of that? These questions help to bring down the level of stress in a high stakes conversation. And the last few points are, watch the conversation. That means watch the body language of the person you're communicating with. That reveals a lot about his intentions, about his goals. Master your emotions. You are not a slave of your emotions. So don't get agitated, don't get angry. You know the other person is not able to communicate exactly what you desire, but then don't lose your temper. Have a control over your emotions and don't get too excited or too saddened. Truly listen and summarize the key points and embrace dialogue. A dialogue is the only way to deal with conversations that have high stakes, because if you lose a high stakes conversation, you lose everything. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Diramam. Looks like
As
we don't
always,
have.
as always, my friend is succinct, to the point, and truly she believes that, brevity is the soul of the wit. So she had all her points properly, listed, and she goes point by point after point, but, making it so impactful, impressive, and in her own innovative style,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, what you said about, managing these high stake conversations, I think one important thing was that, the reactive tendency that all of us have, many times somebody doesn't really mean anything, but we become so reactive, maybe because our frame of mind is not right, or for whatever reasons. We don't take a minute to just breathe, inhale, exhale, and then wonder, okay, this is what was said. We just immediately react. And that's the murder of any proper relationship or a conversation. So if we manage these high stake relationships, we need to avoid being reactive. We need to think for a while. I know it's a little tough. That is why in today's times, when we talk about a little bit of meditation, a little bit of, just being with yourself, the me time, just being calm, declutter your mind, and just go over your day, or just write a journal. Journaling is so important. I think we will be able to be more productive, as Dheera just very beautifully said just now. I think, Dheera,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Points were just bang on, and a real fantastic reminder that if we need to be very productive in our conversations, we need to manage our relationships, our work relationships, our family relationships well, then we need to be very careful about what we're saying, because the spoken word once said, and if it hurts, there is always that little crack, whatever may be said, but there is always that little crack which persists. So thank you so much for that. And once again, thank you. And
my pleasure.
Mr. Juan, it's over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Alka, and Dr. Dheera. Thank you very much for your precise speech about the topic. You mentioned you're not expert. I don't think you're not. You are expert, I think, because you summarize it very well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, you're welcome. Looks like do we have Miss Bojolika or Miss Monica over here?
No,
if we don't
left,
have them,
Mr. Vaughan.
then
so I
yes.
think we may please invite our
Yes.
Queen, and
Yes.
she will give us a view of
overview
all the thoughts that were shared, after which I will speak. Thank
yes. Okay, so this is the next part of our agenda, an overview of thoughts, and then vote of thanks, and then farewell song. But before that, let's hear from Her Excellency, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. Yes, you can. do the honor, please. Overview of thoughts. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful 3 hours or 2 hours, something like that. I really appreciate this moment. I believe that we've all learned from our wonderful guest speakers and guests of honor, and also all our leaders. This has been an amazing, because like I said right from the beginning, we all have one goal, and one goal is to make a change. And the only way to make a change is really to start from ourselves, to start from individual. And I believe this platform has created it for us to learn and for us to readjust ourselves, for us to look deep in us, and for us to take actions, to reposition ourselves, and also to adapt to when necessary changes. So I want to give honor to all our guest speakers, right from Dr. Jiwari, if I'm right with your name, sir. I want to give honor to Dr. Professor Rania. Thank you so much, my dear friend. I want to say thank you to Dr. Professor Ambassador Mary Mia from South Africa. I also want to say a good thank you to Dr. Namita Rajput for charging us up. And also I've learned a lot from you because I'm using social media for all my works. And you've really taught me 2 or 3 lessons of how I can balance, because we all need balance in whatever we do. I also want to thank you very much, Mrs. Jumi Shabi. All what you said is really true, because I've also been experienced in working in a sector for many years. And relationship is very, very important. And I totally agree with you. And just to add to that one as well, because the way you present yourself wherever you are is the way people will respect you. So, I mean, I totally agree with you. You can't be having relationship in your workplace, because your mind will be divided. Remember when my own Bibles, when Paul said in the Bible that it's good to marry, but then if you have to focus, stay single. When we say stay single, you need to focus on what you are doing, because the moment it's good to marry, because I'm married for 30 years, so there's nothing wrong with marriage. But the moment you say I do, you need to be prepared that your focus is in 2 places. So I totally agree, because you can't mingle up your relationship or your home and bring it to work. So it's a good lesson. And not only that, it also might reduce respect, among your colleagues, because it's like you've taken your affairs to your working place. So I really agree on that too. I also want to say thank you very much, Dr. Dira. Precisely great topics that you have shared with us. I also want to say thank you. The reason why I left my greatest, my friend, my Queen Nadia, as the last one is because I want to thank you. You are my confidant. You are my friend. You are my sister. You are the mother of the nation. You spread the words of peace, love, and humanity. Your life is full of humanity. Your life is full of love. And when you speak, wow, what comes out of your mouth is fire. Fire in good way. Because it goes right into our spirit. into our heart. And that is what we call transformational speak, because you speak right direct into us. And I want to say thank you for always being there for every one of us. The Lord will give you the strength, or the Lord will renew your strength. I also want to thank our wonderful brother, Dr. Von Eric Tango. Well, like you've seen me, I can never step into your shoe. Yes, I can't do everything, but what you've done today is amazing. And I believe that is your expert. And we appreciate you, because when there is order in the house, then we all can enjoy it. So you place an order into this atmosphere for us to learn, for us to share, for us to work together, and for us to be a better person. If you don't make an order in this place, we won't be able to relax and learn from one another. So like I always say, you have created an atmosphere of transformation. So thank you so much. I also want to thank myself for being here. I want to thank myself. I'm just being me.
I'll do that.
Am I right to be me?
Yeah.
I want to thank myself for being here, and I really appreciate how you've added value to me and to every one of us. Dr. Aika, once again, you are a soul. You are a superwoman. You are an hero. You are the leader. And I want to say we love you. We appreciate this platform that you have created for us to learn. Ever since I met you, I have gone from 5 levels to 7 levels. And that is who you are. Everyone around you does not stay in a place, in just that position. We rise up. You pull us up together. Say, let's do it. Yes, I have a philosophy of yes, you can. But you are saying, let's do it together. And that is why I will round up and conclude to say, yes, we can do it. Yes, we can achieve it. Yes, we can move forward. Yes, we can overcome every challenges we are facing. And yes, we can become who we want to become. Nothing will stop us. We are unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
We are unstoppable. So with that notion, I will say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be me, to be Elizabeth, the African queen of inspiration. Thank you so much.
And a best-selling author, and a mindset and transformational coach. All of you, I highly recommend you read her book, Yes, You Can. It's absolutely life-changing. Please go ahead and read it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yes, you can.
That's fantastic. Brilliant.
Thank you so much. And they can get it from Amazon as well.
Yes, absolutely.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Rania. Everywhere you are, I just want to listen to you. And thank you so much, Dr. Dira. You are a very peaceful soul person.
Thank you. Thank you, Queen
The
Elizabeth.
way you
Thank
speak,
you.
the way you look at everything, the way you present yourself is so peaceful.
I'm honored.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. So inspired by you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mia. Thank you for everything that you're doing in South Africa. All our prayers will be answered. And I believe that as a leader, we will all join together and keep praying that our lives, our environment will be a better place to live peacefully, joyfully, and happily. Thank you, Dr. Manita. Namita, thank you so much. Sir, Dr. Juhawari, I hope I got it right. I'm learning. Thank you, sir. I know they said this is your first time, but it will not be the last because you'll be joining us every day. Chilparco International is my home. So you are all welcome. We are going nowhere. We are all together. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what else you want me to say. Queen Nadia.
Yes, I have to,
mother.
dearest Queen, with your permission, your and Queen Nadia's permission, because both of you are our inspirational leaders and our chief advisors. Queen Nadia, I really wish your camera was okay, because though we can feel you, but it would have been so wonderful if it were on. But yes, I would like to take this moment to actually, since we have our Professor Dr. Mehreen with us, and this had been for a long time coming. I mean, we wanted to announce that Chilparco International's Women Council, and Dr. Rania will also be a major part of it. And the president, of course, would be Professor Mehreen. And Dr. Rania will also be our advisor over there. So for the Women's Council, Chilparco International Women Council, of course, we're all there, but they will sort of, initiate the programs from now on. So Dr. Rania, Dr. Mehreen, a big, big congratulations to you. We will put this up on our social media for all to see your flyers. So congratulations to you from all of us. I wish there were more people joining in. I don't know what happened today again. Many people had last moment problems, and so they couldn't join. And many of our speakers couldn't join today. But I am grateful for all of, and I really, as our Queen Elizabeth says, we really appreciate all of you who were here, presented your thoughts so wonderfully. We learned so much. Like I said, we're learning every day. And every day when we learn, we learn something new, and that newness adds to our positive existence on planet Earth. And then somewhere we are reminded of our mission, though we always need to look after ourselves first, that's important. But then ultimately our goal is a better planet where everyone is happy, where everyone is smiling, where there is love everywhere, where there are no wars, where there are no problems. This is what we're actually aiming at. And in our little way, we're trying to do that. So thank you so much to our inspirational leaders. Thank you to the charming moderator. That was absolutely awesome. Kamanga Manga, as I always say. And Aking Kaibigan. That was Kamanga Manga. That was Maganda. You did a fantastic job as always. And I love those little retorts that you give, Toastmaster, spice you add to it. And Dr. Rania and Dr. Mehreen, and all of us, our inspirational queens, Dr. Namita, Dr. Dhira, and we have our two gentlemen. I'm sure we can be part of our very first meeting of our Chilparco International Women Council. We will need everyone's inputs so that, we can actually take up one project. I'm not saying too much, but just one project and make it actually happen. So the goal is to make it happen. Our president, our chief advisor, Professor Mehreen, Professor Rania, and all of us together need to make this happen. So congratulations to both of you once again. I would like to hear something very little from both of you before we actually say bye-bye. Professor Mehreen, congratulations. Okay, I think there is
and I wanted to say, as president, of course, this is a massive role, but I think together it will be absolutely enjoyable more than it would be courageous, I think. It will be enjoyable to collectively work together to make that difference and make that impact in people's lives, because that is what we are to. So all of us leaders at one table together, we're definitely going to impact more. And I thank you so much for giving me this honor. I thank you so much for trusting me with this. I'm humbled and I'm honored. Thank you very much. And it will be really great to work with everyone on this platform. Thank you.
Dr. Rania, my friend.
Well, it was a very constructive session as always, and we can realize how human behaviors and habits are unpredictable and full of mystery and sometimes. So it's very intriguing to try to touch and explore these issues. I loved every topic today and try to find meaningful ways to cope with them. And of course, as Dr. Mehrin said, collaboration is very important because we need to go to the next step from words to actions. So I'm looking forward to our next project. And of course, you have my full support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Queen Nadia, a few words from you, please. My dearest Queen, bonjour, salute. Few words from you, please. Okay.
Sorry. Wow, I don't know what is the problem today, but it's just crazy. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Wow. Just want to say, hey, Eric, it's a pity that you could not see me because I have the full dress of smile. And my and to my sister, Queen Elizabeth, thank you very much for these words. Thank you so much, these touching words. And yes, you are forever my queen sister, and I love you very much. And forever, for eternity, we are together. And I want to congratulate my sister Rania, that I love very, very much, and Professor Mehrin, that also I love very much, and congratulations for this great initiative. And I am sure you will make a great, great job. And I believe that all the glory go to our beautiful queen sister also, because she is a queen also. I am calling her my queen sister, Dr. Alka. She is just brilliant. And I love her energy. I love all what she has. I am a very big fan of her. And I encourage you, sister, to continue to bring people together. And yes, our sister said, yes, you can. You said, let's do it. I would say, yes, because we are a tsunami of love.
Tsunami of love. Yes, yes. I love those. I love this phrase, you know. Yes.
Yes, together united, we are a tsunami of love. And because we are a tsunami of love, no one has the power or nothing, and no one has the power to stop what we are doing. And together we will change the world for sure. When the women say yes, no one can say no, because God is standing with the woman. Thank you very much. And happy Easter to everyone, and happy Ramadan for welcome for the people who are making
happy
Ramadan.
Festivities to everyone.
Yes.
Parting shot from Dr. Namita, are you still there? Okay, maybe not. Dr. Juari, a parting shot from you, please. Mr. Juari.
Yes, thank you.
Having you today. We hope you enjoyed yourself.
I think the wireless connect here is very inspiring. Yeah, this is the first time I meet you all, and then all the speakers here with their different topics, and then I learned a lot about the contents of the speech here, and this is good, yeah, for us. Yeah, I think I also learn from different perspectives, and therefore this kind of discussion is very fruitful for us, and we can improve ourselves. Yeah, I saw, yeah, I also learned lots about you, and thank you, yeah, Dr. Alka Majan, yeah, for the invitation, and thank you also the moderator, and thank you all the speakers here, and I hope that the discussion here can also make us aware what we have to do the next and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So thank you. That was wonderful, everyone. And we're really looking forward to this new project. And we are going to be calling for that meeting soon. And in the meantime, we have on Monday, I don't know, I'll put it on the groups. We have this little chat session with American TV actress, and her show is Keeping Up with Kim. So I would really like all of you to be there. It's not going to be long, just about 30 to 40 minutes, but it would be nice because she'll be sharing some of our thoughts with all of us. And especially for us, for the Women Council, it's very important because she is a very strong woman, very strong woman. So I really would appreciate all of you being there. I'll share the link and everything, maybe by tomorrow. But I would look forward to all of you here. Dheera, would you once again please request everyone to send their articles for our magazine, please?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. We have this wonderful Chilparco International Magazine. It's a humble endeavor to bring a change, to bring nationalities together, to soften the pain, soften the suffering, to mitigate suffering, and to take the world from where it is to a brighter future, to a more peaceful place. And this can only be possible if all of you send us a 500-word article as soon as possible with your little passport-size photograph and your name and few lines about your professional post or professional identity. And we'd love to publish it on our e-magazine. So we look forward to an article from each one of you. The topic is Learning for Life and You. Thank you.
Thank you, Dheera. Oh, everyone, please welcome our dearest king, our dearest, His Majesty, King Lucas. King Femi Lucas is with us here today. Thank you so much, dearest king, for joining us. But, you know, we really want to hear a few words from you. Now that you're here, this would be a fantastic, you know, end to our brilliant program today. So everyone, give it for our very own special, dear, His Royal Majesty, Highness, Professor Dr. King Lucas.
Oh, how wonderful is it? We really appreciate you. We support you. We greet you. You are a wonderful woman. This is just the beginning of new things in your life. You will go far. And we pray that the goodness and the blessings of God shall continually resting upon you and your household. For everyone that have said one thing or the other today in this conference, personally, I appreciate you and I thank God for all your life. Taking your time, you know, people are very busy to do one thing or the other, but to consider this woman to be a woman of honor, a woman of integrity, and that is the reason why you are with her this afternoon. Personally, on behalf of my very self and my family, we really appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much. Good things, blessing, favor, supernatural wisdom of God will never cease in your household, and God will protect you, everyone, will protect every one of you. Thank you very much. Keep on, Dr. Aika, keep on with what you are doing. This is just the beginning of greater things in your life. You will go far, you understand? And wherever you go, doors of favor will be continually opening for you. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Don't mind for anyone that may antagonize you, or that may say any or criticize you. Just focus, because when you focus, you will never break that focus. Thank you very much for the beginning, and it's the greatest. Thank you very much, and God bless every one of you. Bye for now.
Thank you,
Wow,
Excellency.
we are blessed.
Thank you.
Today we are blessed. Thank you so much, dearest, our dearest Excellency, Queen Professor Dr. Elizabeth. Wow, I mean, this was a surprise having our dearest king say those powerful words to us. I mean, they mean the world to us. And I think today our platform is surely blessed. And I think that from henceforth, we should always have him here also, even if it's just for a little while. Just for a little while, maybe he will inspire, and after that, at least on the major programs, at least on one or two.
We try.
Yes,
we
we'll try. But that was so powerful.
Yes, you can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Because we are unstoppable. We are.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So with that, on that very powerful and empowering note, to everyone, with this wish, we were going to be seeing each other very soon, maybe in just 2 days, 48 hours. And take good care of yourselves. Stay very happy. Stay blessed. Take care of yourself. Paalam, sayonara, chus, off with her zen.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you,
care of
everyone.
yourselves.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Good luck. Thank you, ma'am.
Good night.
Take care.
Good afternoon.
Good night.
Good
Take care.
morning. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Keep
Good night.
smiling. Keep
Paalam.
smiling.
Paalam.
I'm smiling. I'm smiling like Thank you so much.
Bye.
Keep that heart.
Thank you,
That
Dr.
heart.
Tiwari.
Okay.
Thank you, my
Bye-bye.
friend. Aking
Yes.
Vegan.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my
Maraming
friend.
salamat
Meeting you
po.
all.
Maraming salamat.
You're welcome. It's an honor.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Mr. Juwari. Bye-bye.